Hello guys, Axilla here for eSports Wall. Now this is going to be a replay cast of a game between PoorLifeChoices. I've spelt that terribly wrongly. There we go. Basically, this is the draft that came on. I've got the names, I think, the wrong way around. Let me just make sure that I know which team is which. Yes, I do have the names wrong. PoorLifeChoices should be on that side. Now, for those who are a little bit confused by this, is replay cast because I was really intrigued by the Brightwing Sergeant Hammer picks on Cursed Hollow by PoorLifeChoices. So I ended up asking them for the replay between for their game between themselves and Try Hard Throw Hard. And as a result, I'm going to cast this from the replay. This wasn't live during the tournament. This wasn't one of the games that we obviously got to cast, since I'm having to do it now. But hopefully everything should be good for you. So this is the draft. It was really interesting. Obviously, we're going to have the Uther Zeratul bands. They're perfectly predictable. But PoorLifeChoices in the first pick phase are going to pick Brightwing, not one of the more conventional healers. So see what they're going to do with that. Then we have ended up getting Reyna Kael'thas band. They're just super strong ranged assassins. As PoorLifeChoices pick up a Sylvanas, particularly good for Cursed Hollow because of the split push potential, as is Zagara on Try Hard Throw Hard. And then that super weird Sergeant Hammer pick. Both compositions, though, going with double warrior, that double tank. The Anubarak Leoric for Try Hard Throw Hard, and PoorLifeChoices have Johanna and Muradin, sorry. So, let's get straight into the game now. As you can see, it's already up here. I'm going to hit play. And we're going to go into this. So already here for PoorLifeChoices, we have Yellow Flash is the team captain playing Muradin. We have Aponi, who's playing the Sergeant Hammer. We're going to have Johanna played by Starzerg. Saber playing the Sylvanas, and which is a very good skin for the Sylvanas there. And Green Out on that toothless skin colour variation, Brightwing from How to Train Dragon. Meanwhile, on Try Hard Throw Hard, we're going to have Davo on Leoric, 4-man straight in the middle here as well. Curson is going to be playing Malfurion, Comek on Anubarak, Yumx, or just Yum-X, on the Zagara, and Atomic is going to be playing that Christmas skin Jaina. So I'm actually just going to quickly do this to see if I can get anything going on. No, okay, that is fine. So, level 1 talent choices. Pretty typical for everybody so far. Hyper Shift out of Brightwing. Hammer Tank coming out here. A little bit of banter between the teams, which is really good to see. We're actually going to have Muradin not go for a Thunderclap build, and in fact go for more of a damage build, since they do have Muradin and the Johanna, so it makes a lot of sense. Top lane is going to be Leoric versus Muradin, with the Hammer coming out here and harassing him. Very aggressive position, ambush taken, as we see there. He went into stealth very briefly when going into siege mode. Mid lane is going to be Anubarak versus Johanna. The Jane is actually transitioning up to help counter the Sergeant Hammer push. And meantime, it's going to be a healer specialist dual lane on the bottom. So not much happening, although Hammer taking a chunk of damage from the Jaina there. Going to be a bit of a laning phase. Interesting to see what they do for the first tribute, especially with having the Brightwing there, since she can just stay in a lane, soak it for as long as possible, and then teleport up whenever she needs to, whenever the fight really starts going for that tribute. So it could push PoorLifeChoices into a bit of an experienced fighter. We're actually going to get fantastic Malfurion route to land on the Brightwing. That with the Hunter Killers coming in from the Zagara, the Brightwing just can fall. A nerfed, quite small health ball at this point. Meanwhile, in the top lane, we're having a bit of engagement here. Leoric getting really low. Going to almost get stunned out by the Muradin there, but he Wraith walks just in time. Brightwing's Z ability, for those who don't know, is Phase Shift. It's instead of having a mount, she simply teleports to a nearby an allied hero, anyone that. Oh, and a Missa kill up in top lane. Yellow Flash and a Pony getting very low in the meantime, but they do secure the Jaina. Yeah, Brightwing's mount ability, you teleport, it's called Phase Shift, you teleport to an ally anywhere on the map. Yeah, after a short cast time. Which is pretty good, but it does have quite a long cooldown, 45 seconds, which is why we see the level 1 talent choice of Phase Shift, Hyper Shift, which is every time her trait heals, which is Brightwing's main healing ability, it reduces the cooldown by 2 seconds for each individual hero, including herself. Yeah. So this first tribute's going to spawn bottom. It isn't such a good tribute spawn for PoorLifeChoices, as the Brightwing's already here, so there's no way she can just keep soaking the lane on the opposite side of the map and then phase shift down for experience. But we're going to have a little bit of contention here. The Malfurion's going to channel tribute. The Sylvanas should be able to interrupt this with a Haunting Wave. He does. Brightwing's going to get in, get a little bit aggressive, but not get caught by the Anub'arak stun. The Hunter Killer doing a lot of damage to the Sylvanas, though. Starzerg on that Johanna going to come in, Shield Glare, just to kind of feel it out. But we still have 2 members of PoorLifeChoices up in the top lane, pushing this really, really hard. Most of the ammo's gone for, well, all the ammo's gone for this bottom tower, and a chunk of it's gone for the top tower. And so PoorLifeChoices is just going to sacrifice this first tribute in order to gain a leveling advantage, and that's definitely what they have. They are up half a level for their opponent of Tryhard Throwhard. Malfurion and Johanna in the mid lane, not really going to do much, but it looks like the Jaina and Anub'arak may be setting up a gank here, but no, the Sergeant Hammer and the Muradin playing a bit safe. Muradin very hard to gank anyway, since he can dwarf toss himself out. Jaina taking a bunch of damage there from the Sergeant Hammer. Meanwhile, the Muradin's also taking a lot of damage from the Leoric. Not really much going to happen there elsewise. Zagara's Hunter Killer's doing a lot of work on the Sylvanas and the Brightwing here. A lot of damage done. Level 7 talents coming out now for both teams. PoorLifeChoices getting that level 7 first. And Jaina's again going to be picked up, just caught the end of that. Stuns by the Muradin. A lot of right click damage from the Sergeant Hammer, who's gone ambush, focus attack, first aid. Brightwing going to get hit by another root, and this might mean a death for Brightwing. Going to get hit by those roaches falling down. And yes, that is going to be another death for Brightwing. So 2 for 2 kills so far in this game. Brightwing is going to go for Face Shield, as well as Unstable Anomaly. An unusual talent to take, but Face Shield's quite predictable, quite often seen. So moving into this tribute, we're going to have the Anub'arak stalling this out as much as he can with his Impales and his Burrow Charge. Starzerg actually on that Johanna taking a lot of damage, falling really, really low. Might get picked off by this Anub'arak Beetle, not going to quite get killed by it. In the meantime, Malfurion's going to get picked up. Wasn't quite sure where that happened. And Sable on the Sylvanas might have to just jump herself over. She's going to be able to do so, but almost dying to the Zagara. I think she'll be okay on barely any health. Anub'arak actually jumping in and getting very low, same as the Muradin. This looks a bit awkward for PoorLifeChoices. I don't know how much longer they can contest this, especially since they've been contesting it as a struggle against no healer, and they have their Brightwing over here. Sylvanas a little bit AFK in base, but Sergeant Hammer was in a decent siege position, is now just going to back off. The Leoric jumps in, going to drain hope on top of the Hammer. Meanwhile, the Jaina Zagara combo does so much damage, is going to pick up the Muradin. Try hard, throw hard, doing really well here. Pony has caught out, really bad positioning there for him. He's going to get hit by the root, and that is going to be all she wrote for Sergeant Hammer. 4 kills for 3 in the end, since the Malfurion was picked up at the start. And that is going to be 2 tributes for the side of Try Hard, Throw Hard. Level 10 is fast approaching for both teams, not quite there yet, maybe about the 7-minute mark, 6.5 minute mark. We'll see that as we tend to on most games, sorry. And yeah, both teams just content to go back to soaking because they won the second tribute and they got an extra kill. Does look like Try Hard, Throw Hard aren't quite down as much experience as they were a couple minutes ago, but both teams are going to hit level 10 almost the exact same time. In fact, Try Hard, Throw Hard hit it just before. Now, usual ultimates coming out from everybody. Napalm Strike from the Sergeant Hammer, Avatar from the Muradin, Blessed Shield from the Johanna. With this third tribute potentially for Try Hard, Throw Hard spawning in the bottom lane. Blink Heal for Brightwing, and none to be picked up by Sylvanas yet. We're assuming it's going to be waiting out. In fact, Brightwing's going to get hit by the Malfurion root and just absolutely blown up by the Blizzard. Sorry from Jada, blown up. I'm going to say we don't have Cocoon out from Anub'arak. We do have Locust Swarm, which is what we'd expect to see against this composition, other than potentially cocooning out the Sergeant Hammer. Meanwhile, we'll get a fantastic condemn out from the Johanna here. Yellow Flash on that Muradin avatar form just doing so much work, able to pick up the Jaina, and in fact the Sergeant Hammer's going to pick up the Anubarak in the backline. Meanwhile, we're going to have no ultimate still for the Sylvanas. Really could use that Wailing Arrow right now. Starzug's going to just about get out, as is the Muradin with a Dwarf Toss. Maybe, no, he's going to die to Leoric's Drain Hope. Pony on that Sergeant Hammer taking a lot of damage. Sylvanas going to get picked up by the Hunter Killer of Zagara there. Okay, so getting back onto it, sorry for that little technical glitch. So we're going to have Leoric almost falling to the Hammer of Johanna there, the Condemn coming down. Brightwing's going to try and challenge Tribute, going to be interrupted by the Roach. Roach is coming out from Zagara, just about healing up the Hammer so she doesn't die to the Zagara, plus the Jaina. Brightwing going to be taking a lot of damage now. Green out, Blink healing himself away to the Sergeant Hammer. Good Burrow charge out from the Anubarak, not going to hit, but puts him in range. Might see an Impale come out onto the Brightwing. Another good blink away from Green out there to keep himself alive. And this is a third tribute and a curse going to the side of Try Hard, Throw Hard. Very well played by them so far. And this is going to put PoorLifeChoices on the defensive. They sacrificed the first tribute and gained an experience lead, but then quickly lost that, and they're being punished for it now with this third tribute and thus curse coming out for Try Hard, Throw Hard. Green out on the Brightwing, doing what she can to try and take some focus away from the towers, but the curse is just going to be pushing really hard. Now, during the curse, no towers or buildings other than the core actually attack, and Sky actually going to get caught out here by the Johanna, and Blessed Shield coming down there to stun her out, plus the Condemn to lock her down. Meanwhile, in mid lane, we're going to have Muradin taking a lot of damage in mid lane, but the Brightwing face shielding in, keeping the Muradin alive. Yellow Flash is in fact going to miss a Hammer, but the Jaina is going to get picked up there from the Sylvanas coming in the end. Yellow Flash's Muradin doing just enough work to stay alive, and they pick up a return kill. So that's 2 kills, bringing the kill count to an even 7-7. Davo is up in top lane just clearing waves, and doesn't quite clear that wave before it returns to full health, but doing what he can to put damage onto this fort. Good Wraith walk away so he doesn't get hit by the Condemn. Level 13 coming out now, since with those 2 kills, actually, PoorLifeChoices have a big experience advantage again. They have almost a full level on their opponents. Both level 13s coming out there. We're going to get Shield Dust as predicted. Evasive Fire, Spell Shield, which is presuming to counter the Jaina. Muradin going for still a more damage-oriented build with Burning Rage on top of the 4-hammer build. Leoric's actually coming in to contest this boss, which PoorLifeChoices did attempt to start. If the rest of the team comes through, we're going to have Muradin get really caught out there, taking a lot of damage. He's going to get stunned up and stunned again. Dwarf toss himself out, but not able to escape the Anubarak. They chase and kill the Muradin, which means that Try Hard, Throw Hard are probably going to be able to take PoorLifeChoices' boss away from them. This Water Elemental still doing what it can to the Jaina. We're going to have this Condemn out from Johanna, not hit anyone. It's a 5v3 right now up here in this top lane. Contestation for the boss. Going to leash, gain a little bit of health back, but not going to stop Try Hard, Throw Hard from taking this boss. Going to keep going. The Anubarak gets rooted. This could be an opening for PoorLifeChoices. In fact, the Tranquility is popped. Silence comes out from the Sylvanas. A little bit too little too late though, as the Johanna's going to get picked up in the end. After the silence is worn off, no damage, no follow-up to that. Naponi's going to get caught up by the root. Yellow Flash on that Muradin's going to get caught out. Going to have to jump himself away. Boss is taken by Try Hard, Throw Hard. Green out is going to blink heal to the Sylvanas to get away. Good coordination there for the team. But a pincer movement here as the 2 warriors come in from the back and take out the Sylvanas very, very quickly. The Brightwing's also going to fall to those big mace swings from the Leoric. And Yellow Flash, the Muradin, who died at the start of the fight, the only one who survived that kind of second engagement as the boss pushes in top lane against PoorLifeChoices. Struggling a little bit with this Brightwing healer. I'm actually going to see how much experience the Brightwing healer has gotten. There we go. Brightwing is not the most. Sergeant Hammers, she's been not in the most fights, so not even a massive experience advantage at this point in the game. 4th tribute to the game is going to spawn down bottom, and Anubarak's going to channel that and take that quite happily for Try Hard, Throw Hard. Meantime, we have double Ice Block coming out for the Jaina and for the Malfurion in bottom lane. Going to get Mutalisk instead of an upgraded Hydralisk for the Zagara. It's what we've been seeing a lot of more recently. And we're just kind of waiting for that level 16 talent here as Try Hard Throw Hard take their boss, whilst PoorLifeChoices just dealt with their own boss up in top lane, which was taken by Try Hard Throw Hard. Meantime, we're going to have Yellow Flash here, trying to defend up against this boss, doing some decent damage, but the entire team PoorLifeChoices rotating to do this. They're going to lose out on a bit of experience as Try Hard Throw Hard are just moving through the lanes. You can see they're in mid right now. They've taken a hard camp. They're probably going to push through with this and attempt to take this keep as PoorLifeChoices is distracted with this boss in bottom, which has just been cleared up. They're not going to lose a fort for that, luckily for them. Tower gets cleaned up in middle by Try Hard Throw Hard now. Nubrak doing a lot of work this game with all these beetles to soak up tower damage and just harassing as the 5th tribute of the game starts to spawn up in top. We're going to have a bit of a party bush out here for PoorLifeChoices, and we'll see whether or not they predict this coming. They're not even going to attempt for that tribute or that curse. They're just going to have this hard camp taken. Good dodges on the Drain Hope by the Muradin there, but the hard camp's barely taken. A fantastic down and Blessed Shield coming out from the Johanna there, as the Zagara and Malfurion are going to get picked up super quickly. In fact, the Malfurion not being picked up, the Zagara and the Anub'arak. Jane is going to get picked up as well, and the Tranquility Duck Malfurion is just going to have to leave with his life. The Sylvanas, the only casualty for PoorLifeChoices, and they are now, again, half a level experience ahead of their opponents. Have got their hard camp, and we're sitting in a relatively good position at this point. 4 heroes, 4 Try Hard Throw Hard dead. PoorLifeChoices starting to make some better ones. Now, Pony's just sat up siege in middle. He's quite happily going to be taking down this wall as we have a full assault going on in that fort in the top lane. Leoric's going to get stunned out before he's able to Drain Hope. Not going to get a Drain Hope off and just going to Wraith Walk himself away as the Muradin and Johanna soak all the damage from the fort and the tower and just take down the top fort. So finally, second fort falls for the side of PoorLifeChoices, and now we're equal on forts, 4 for 4 remaining. Benny on the hammer, doing a good job to knock the Leoric away so it doesn't get caught out. Drain Hope coming down. I'm going to land on the Brightwing, but that little blink heal just to move away from it, not take unnecessary damage. Going to have a big fight here though for PoorLifeChoices against this tribute. They don't want to get cursed again as they lost 2 forts with that first curse. Well, 1 in a little bit. Malfurion's going to do what he can to channel the tribute. Yellow Flash on the Muradin taking a lot of damage, however. We're going to have a Drain Hope out of the Leoric. Impale and then a Burrow Charge going in onto the Sergeant Hammer. Couple that with a one-man March of Black King, but a huge silence out from the Sylvanas happening there. Really good, going to blow up the Zagara instantly. Starzog though going to get picked up by the Leoric. All of PoorLifeChoices are really low. They're going to lose their Johanna on the back line. She jumped in to try and interrupt it again, but it looks like it's going to be a second curse against PoorLifeChoices. Green Out might not be able to get away from this Leoric here. Going to get stunned by the Anub'arak. Blink kill to the Muradin. Not quite in time. Not really sure what happened there. As Blink kill was off cooldown, and a Pony set up siege in the grass is going to get cleaned up very easily. Should have retreated with his team, and that's going to be 4 kills for 2, I believe. 1 or 2. Try Hard, Throw Hard, doing really well not to throw hard so far. Now to see how this goes into the late game. Level 19 to 18 in favour of Try Hard, Throw Hard. Gonna get Greater Polymorph instead of Bouncing Shield Dust, or Bouncing Pixie Dust, or even potentially the Amplify Damage on Polymorph, the Critterize, which we tend to see at 16 on Brightwing. Neither of those talents can be picked up instead of Greater Polymorph, so interesting choice there, especially with the Amplify Damage from Cold Embrace on the Sylvanas. Level 20 talents now picked up for Try Hard Throw Hard, getting a double Hardened Shield, probably double Bolt of the Storm, plus Storm Shield is what I predict for the Malfurion. Choices being made though as they Try Hard Throw Hard, move up to go and potentially set up a party bush ready to take this boss in the top lane. We do get the double Bolt of Storm and the Storm Shield. Level 20 for Try Hard Throw Hard, so PoorLifeChoices are going to struggle in this next team fight, I think. Very risky for them to do this, but they really don't want to lose their boss again. Meanwhile, Brightwing soaking bottom lane, trying to get the experience necessary for level 20 before phase shifting up into this fight. Sylvanas in a bit of a bad position, gets caught off but does Haunting Wave over. The Hammer's going to get caught out now a little bit. Muradin doing what he can to heal for the Hammer, and she's going to Zed away with her thrusters. And all of PoorLifeChoices are really split up at this point. Brightwing finally going to get into this fight. After level 20 just achieved, I'm going to quickly see the chance to get Storm Shield, Indestructible, Hardened Shield, Nexus Frenzy, and in fact now the fight's happening. And Nubarak's going to get caught out hugely there by the Muradin stun. It's just going to get picked up really, really quickly. The March of Black King coming out from the Leoric is not going to do enough to kill anybody though, but the Brightwing is very, very low because Leoric moves in to try and damage out the Brightwing. Might succeed in doing so. A great blink heal coming out to dodge out the rest of Leoric's damage to Muradin, getting out of the Zagara's Maw, able to one-shot the rest of the Leoric's health with his Storm Hammer, which has got quite a lot of damage on it by now. Off the back of that, both the warriors fell, both the tanks fell for Try Hard Throw Hard, and this means that PoorLifeChoices is going to be able to get their boss. But Try Hard Throw Hard have gone straight down for their boss. They want to take this as quick as possible. They've got all the Zagara summons to tank for them. PoorLifeChoices need to move down here straight away if they want to stop this happening. It looks like that's what they're doing on the mini-map. We're going to potentially see... There you go. Bit of more of a zoom out. The Tribute is going to spawn down the bottom here, but Try Hard Throw Hard are just going to be able to get their boss in time before PoorLifeChoices contested. Leoric spawning in a bad spot is going to get picked up instantly again, so that was a questionable play there out from the Leoric, who did take Ossium Renewal, which is why we saw him kind of first aiding himself up whilst he was in Ghost form. First tribute of the game, the seventh tribute of the game, but the first tribute of the game to be picked up by PoorLifeChoices, as they have a boss pushing this top lane, is going to take out a tower and most of the ammo of the other one, plus taking the gate. Meanwhile, this boss down in bottom lane is going to do no damage whatsoever to PoorLifeChoices. Getting a bit better out of the boss trade there, PoorLifeChoices are. As they just take up their siege camp and probably go to take their hard camp in a pretty safe location. They have lost the keep in mid lane though, so they do have to worry about the push that's happening there from the catapults. The Brightwing's going to clean that up as best as she can. Brightwing's not great at wave clear, but at least Brightwing has the benefit of being able to phase shift her way into the fight from anywhere on the map, which is why we see her on defense duty. Hard camp being picked up here for Try Hard Throw Hard. They're probably going to look to potentially push up top lane with these Siege Giants, try and take this keep. That's what I would do in this situation. It would be a good play as they have the hard camp distracting the enemy team in mid, especially now that this tribute is going to be spawning up top, so they're going to be rotating up to try and get that, and that's going to set them up in a great position to try and push this top keep. Hard camp for PoorLifeChoices being picked up as quickly as they can before this tribute spawns. Muradin here to try and stall it out. Zagara revealing that Try Hard Throw Hard are in fact in this position. Graduating range from the Sergeant Hammer here to defend that tribute should opponent need to. Star Zerg on the Johanna going to get face shielded, so she doesn't take that much damage from all of that. In fact, the Sergeant Hammer is in such a huge range area now with the graduating range that as long as she's protected, she'll be able to stop Try Hard Throw Hard from taking this tribute at any point. Meanwhile, we've got the siege camps pushing top, which Sylvanas is going to go and clean up. The hard camp versus the catapult's not going to do what it can in the mid lane. And we've got the siege camp pushing bottom, so potentially some damage done to this keep here to the side of PoorLifeChoices. Now, Yellow Flash on the Muradin, he's going to try and take tribute, channeling it. Going to get constantly interrupted. A great use of the trait there by Star Zerg to walk over the Malfurion route. Not going to get caught out. Meanwhile, Aponi is still in his really aggressive position right now. Brightwing defending, able to hyper shift in, phase shift rather, should she need to. Meanwhile, Tomek on the Anubarak taking a little bit of harass damage. The Muradin's taking off a very aggressive spot there. He's going to do some decent damage to the Arc with a couple of hammer hits, doing a huge amount of work. That means that's going to be the second tribute of the game in the side of PoorLifeChoices. Sylvanas chasing, going to get picked up here. A bit over-aggressive from her then. She's going to pay for that dearly. Meanwhile, the core taking almost all its shield damage, but not actually falling. This means that PoorLifeChoices is going to be able to go into the mid lane and take this fort, and it's going to put them at quite a hefty experience advantage. They're just over a half a level lead now. So much so they are level 22, whilst their opponent's 21. It's no longer any talent point differences, but there is a difference in overall power level. As here scale constantly throughout the game. Johanna getting caught out here, going to have a face shield out from Brightwing, coming to heal her up. The hammer gets caught in the roots from Malfurion. Fantastic roots there, but as Devouring Maw comes down, it's going to actually pick up the hammer again. Sergeant Hammer not having a good game, and they're just going to have to sacrifice a pony, I think, at this point, and yes, they do. Brightwing and Johanna doing what they can to stay alive and just get out. Another tribute spawning in top lane we may see, with 2 dead, the Sylvanas still dead for 4 more seconds, and the hammer dead, then push in, but try hard, throw hard, not going to do that. They're actually not, they're really trying hard not to throw hard. They're just going to take this tribute and transition out. Maybe play this as smart as they can. Try not to feed or give their opponents any reason to get back into this game. But we actually had to keep fall down bottom, so no defense being sought out there for try hard, throw hard. And Modin getting caught out here, burrow charge plus the roots landing on him. Not going to do much. He will be able to dwarf toss himself out once it's off cooldown. There goes, good condemn coming out from the Johanna there to stun him out. We're going to have all the ultimates effectively having been used by try hard, throw hard at this point in the game. Tranquility coming out there really early and not really doing anything. The Sylvanas Shadow Dagger doing what it can to do some damage and some amplify damage and stuff, but this is going to be, with the Siege Giants picked up here in favour of PoorLifeChoices, a good defence for them, and both bosses have now respawned again. This keep falling bottom was a surprise. It has happened because of the Siege Giants that were taken here, and that was really good. Gonna have try hard, throw hard, go take their boss down in bottom, almost level 23 for PoorLifeChoices, and they're looking to collect up and go and contest this. And this is a really good position here for PoorLifeChoices, as this tribute is spawning down here, and this will be their 3rd tribute, resulting in a curse. Starzo's got a good position here. Pony's going to relocate. This grass not the safest for him at this point in the game. The boss is going to leash and go back up to full health super quickly as PoorLifeChoices intend to defend this tribute and take it. In fact, Green out on the Brightwing, channeling it from the word go, and they've got it. Good job to PoorLifeChoices. Their first curse, which means this top lane heavy push is potentially going to get this keep, and they're going to have to go and defend that. And that means PoorLifeChoices can quite easily take this boss, especially without the Anubrak and the Zagara being there. That's a lot of the damage and control that the team provides. Right now, Starzerg kind of scaring away the team best he can, Yellow Flash tanking all the damage he can. Yoke's just going to push himself right in there and stand on top of it. But great science coming out of Sylvanas on the Malfurion and the Jane. That means no heals out whatsoever. That means the Malfurion and the Jane are going to fall. Good march of the Black King for the Yorick, while Starzerg is taking a lot of damage there, but a face shield going to come out. Such a huge shield, especially since the health pool of the Johanna is so big. Zagara doing what she can to stop them, but it's not going to be enough. They're just going to push in here, down in bottom with their boss, and assault the cause. 3 heroes dead. We're going to have an early GG call out from Davo here, but this will probably be the end of the game. Try hard, throw hard. It wasn't a hard throw by them, but it definitely was their game for a large portion of this matchup, and Zagara going to get cleaned up there in the end. And GG, well played by PoorLifeChoices. The Brightwing pick not really working out for them at the start, but definitely working out for them in the end, keeping them slightly ahead of the experience, or allowing them to get back into the experience lead as often as they could, and that split push and split defense really working out for them. So congratulations to PoorLifeChoices. They move through to the finals versus Palando Boys.